Well, once again, we're going to tell you just one thing here on Bring It Home, just one thing we learned in research this week. With me is Alyssa Stephens, the Director of Operations at the Integrative Center for Homeland Security at Texas A&M. Alyssa, tell me just one thing that caught your attention in research this week.
Well, this week what caught my attention was the report put out by the Center for Strategic and International Studies. This was the cybersecurity recommendations for the new administration.
CSIS has issued a variety of reports in the past. What caught your attention in this report?
Well, I thought this was a very comprehensive report. They had three major findings, which are that cybersecurity is now a major national issue. During early 2007, we had a lot of threats to the U.S.'s cyberspace. There were many damaging attacks. And so they compiled the actions they believe we need to take and how it's going to improve our cyberspace.
You can be a threat to the nation. I mean, smuggled CDs that have been pirated, that's a threat to the nation. But a national security threat, this is the first time that we're really looking at cyber threats as a national security threat. And their argument is we really need to take this seriously. They're afraid literally of a cyber Pearl Harbor, aren't they?
Right, correct.
But they also said early on in the report that we've got to begin from a position of respecting privacy and civil liberties. Why do you think they put such emphasis instead of adding it on at the end?
I think they want to ensure, because there will be a revamping of certain things. They even want to necessarily authenticate our digital identities. So perhaps the days of just logging on and browsing the internet are over. However, they want to make sure they point out that they're not trying to infringe upon civil liberties. They're only doing this for the sake of protecting our national cyberspace.
Well, what they're calling for is a comprehensive national strategy. That is one that takes all the things that the FBI and CIA are working with other countries and Interpol and link them together with the State Department. What are some actions that they would say, how are we going to put this together? What are some actions they want to take?
Well, for them, comprehensive, they said that means using all the tools of the U.S. power in a coordinated effort. And they cite the acronym DIME, which is our diplomatic, intelligence, military, and economic, which includes law enforcement.
Tell me a little more about this concept that we might have to change our authorities and we may have to let every person be identified on the web and instead of being anonymous?
Well, that's one of the major points is with everybody being anonymous, if they're carrying out threats to our nation's cyberspace, it's kind of hard to identify who exactly is doing this. So they're proposing a possibility of having everybody use a digital authentication logon.
In order to log on. Last point, 30 seconds left. They said, among other things, don't start over. Why is that? What did they mean?
Well, the Bush administration did take some steps during his presidency towards improving federal cybersecurity. They had the Comprehensive National Cybersecurity Initiative. And while this wasn't completely comprehensive, they do believe it's a good starting point. They believe we should continue to work from there instead of scrapping it all and starting from scratch.
So, hope you learned something on Just One Thing, and you'll join us for more here on Bring It Home.